All right, hello and welcome everyone to one of our last matches within round three of the Super Metroid Randomizer Accessible Tournament. We've got a really incredible one here. We have Sloaters27 versus Bonus36. This should be a really cool match to see. Bonus obviously coming in with the advantage being exactly 11 better than Sloaters27, but we'll have to see. Yeah, so the Super Metroid Randomizer Accessible Tournament is a randomizer tournament, which, as the name implies, is designed to be open to as many different skill groups as we could possibly allow while still having a competitive format. If you can wall jump, if you can shine spark, and if you can infinite bomb jump, you can complete a Super Metroid seed. However, we are not going to see our runners just wall jumping, shine sparking, and infinite bomb jumping to their items today, as we will see both of our runners performing extensive sequence breaks. Both of our runners are currently 2-0 and looking to nab that coveted 3-0 spot. It's a very exclusive club. I believe there will be 10 people going into round three that will be 3-0 overall. So very competitive, and both of our runners here, absolutely incredible, both very experienced. We're gonna see some good Super Metroid today. And we should be getting underway pretty shortly. We see Sloaters initially has opted for the Japanese text. This is a very important frame saver trick in the game in that it does absolutely nothing for you. It should also be noted that Sloaters27, one of the absolute best runners in this entire tournament in both vanilla and randomizer, is a never moonfaller. So he has moonwalk turned off. You will not see any really fast climbs from him going down or anything. However, he more than makes up for those few seconds lost with his absolutely incredible movement and routing. Yep, and both of our runners are off. We see I'm not sure if bonus. Yeah, okay, so bonus does have Moonfall turned on. This is a trick that allows you to uncap your acceleration. Helps you move just a little bit faster through really long falls. Both of them are 2-0 currently. They're both trying to get to 3-0. One will be leaving today 3-0. The other one obviously will be leaving 2-1. Which, by the way, both very competitive groups. There are some absolute demons within the 2-1 category. Yeah, and we see both of our runners picking up Morph Ball. That's the only item that can be at vanilla location. So after this, every item will be randomized, and we don't know what we're going to get. We can make some guesses based on the logic of the seed. However, we won't know for sure until very late. So first we see Power Bomb. Power Bomb's a really nice item. Allows us to full clear Retro Brinstar while we're down here. That's going to be very useful for our runners. Yeah, early Power Bombs are nice. Ooh, and that Plasma is nice too. Now, I am going to make the argument that anything we find to make this seed simpler and anything we find that will make the routing more obvious or quicker will significantly benefit Sloaters. In a Jet Seed, I think Sloaters wins almost every single time. Bonus, like Sloaters' movement is just absolutely incredible. And we can already see Bonus, more than likely accounting for that, decides to skip Billy Mays. Unfortunately for him, he misses out on Charge Beam. Having charged plasma within the first 3 minutes of the game is absolutely a game breaker. Sloaters27 is going to be routing this significantly differently from Bonus at this point. Sloaters wants to pick up as little ammo as he can possibly get to go through the game. Yeah. So that charge beam isn't strictly like progression in the sense that we would normally define it, as it might apply to, say, a suit or speed or ice or something like that. However, every single time that one of our runners picks up an item, it's roughly 7 seconds of item fanfare. So all of that Sloaters can skip is absolutely enormous. And we see Sloaters taking meme route. This is really something. Now, here's the question. What does Sloaters want to do here? Typically, especially in like something like season races or dash randomizer, meme route is actually very powerful. Okay. This is already one of the best meme route seeds I've seen so far. Yeah. Gravity suit's pretty good. Picking it up early is nice. But yeah, so meme route and wreck ship sort of go hand in hand. That's what you'll see players do in a dash rando or in season races or whatever it may be. It's a little bit less clear cut in SMRAT. However, I think at the very least we'll see Sloaters carry this out. He'll full check Brinstar, probably go up to Criteria. With those 10 power bombs, he can do Gauntlet while he's there. Although with Gravity, I'm not even sure if he wants to yet. Yeah. Also worth mentioning, J-Chalk will be our first place finisher with an official SRL time of 25 seconds. What is the seed? What's going on right now? I'm honestly at a loss for words. Oh yeah, I don't have game volume, do I? Might be. I was so focused on the action, I forgot to turn Sloaters' audio on. Yeah, this seed is absolutely wild. And Sloaters only wants one power bomb here. He's gonna go through Eticoons, so he'll be able to get a bunch of power bombs there. 4 in that first room, plus what, up to another 4 down below? I'm not sure the exact number of frogs that are down there. You're joking. Sloaters falls down, but who cares? Like, the speed booster? So I know I said at the beginning that any obvious route and jet seed will heavily favor Sloaters. I didn't think I'd see this. Like, what? But yeah, chat mentioning, Varia could be at Waterway. That's a possibility. And that would put Bonus so stupidly far in the lead that everything would be changed. Assuming that Bonus does check Waterway. Which at this point, like, even if Gravity weren't there in Brinstar, I think you still check Waterway if you're here. Like, if you have Speed Booster, you check Waterway. And Bonus falls down the Decora pit. I think we might be seeing a little bit of tournament nerves here. He has to take that energy refill. He doesn't have enough health to spark back up. Yeah, if it weren't for that E-Tank he had, he'd have to do some kind of tricky wall jumps in order to get high enough up to do the spark. Oh, there's a Varia change that lets you just wall jump back up? Interesting. I was not aware of that Varia soft lock protection. I think that's definitely one of the better ones. It's pretty innocuous. And Bonus is in kind of a scary spot here. This is what happens, and this, in my opinion, is why Side Hopper's room is much scarier than Mission Impossible. Oh, right, Screw's back here, he's fine. But sometimes, if you're at one E-Tank, and those Side Hoppers hit you, they can all drop missiles. And then, in a situation like Bonuses, that's really scary. Yeah, so Bonus is about to grab his gravity suit right now. Yep, all of Rec's ship is in logic at this point. Bonus doesn't want to check Waterway. Uh-oh, maybe Bonus forgot about that speed booster. Like, Waterway is such an uncommon location that it's very easy to slip your mind. Yeah, I mean, at this point, the race, like, it's so heavily in Sloater's favor. I think Bonus could find Varia going down and it would not matter. However, we do see our two runners going different directions. This is always cool to see. So Wrecked Ship, the gravity puts Wrecked Ship in logic along with 2 E-Tanks with Screw, or 3 without anything else. Yeah, some items don't require those E-Tanks. For example, these spooky missiles that Sloater's checking right now. Alright, we got another prediction started already with such an early suit. Will gravity be found post or sub 20? With Sloaters in this match, it's always scary to bet post 20. Or Varia, not gravity, excuse me. However, if I'm not sure who bet those 10 channel points, but they could receive a funny payout. Yeah. Alright, we see a nice quick kill from Bonus. Meanwhile, Sloaters is working on a somewhat standard Fantoon fight. Sloaters a very experienced runner, takes Fantoon down blazingly quickly. This is, you know, Sloaters runs new route. This is new route, but easier. Plasma is so good for the flames because it pierces. Alright, Bonus finds grapple. It's a worthwhile pickup as a potentially nice way to kill Dragon fairly quickly. Quick grapple is the third fastest way to kill Dragon, behind microwave in number 1 and the standard any percent strat in number 2 with the some combination of X factors and shine sparks. Yeah, and wow, neither of our runners want to stop for a single moment. Just absolutely great movement. And a space jump on Bonus's screen. Yep, that's a really nice clip from Sloaters there. I highly recommend anybody learn that wrecked ship clip. It doesn't save you all that much time, but it's pretty easy to learn. You just have to spin jump in and hit aim down. Yeah, and Sloaters taking some hybrid strats for Attic. You don't usually go into Attic with screw attack, so you can get creative. Yeah, and Sloaters having a little bit of trouble with robot clips here. Robot clips can be really annoying with screw attack because screw attack resets your iframes, so you can't spin jump through the robots. Because the way that trick works is you have to be in iframes and the robot has to be moving towards you. Where do you aim down for the wrecked ship clip? It's a bit weird. I sort of like aim so I do it aiming diagonally down, like right as you're about to pass into the block. All right, nothing at Sky. It's a super easy check to make with speed. Yep. Sloaters finds his third E-tank. You are required to get 3 E-tanks to beat the game, or some combination of E-tanks and reserves, at least one of which has to be an E-tank. And Sloaters doesn't want to do Bowling Alley. I don't blame him at all. Bowling Alley takes forever. I'm a little surprised. A lot of the time you would see people at least check the wrecked ship reserve item. However, Sloaters just wants to beat the seed as quickly as possible, and we definitely have jet seed potential here, but you don't want to assume that until basically you're in go mode. And our runners are one Well, specifically Sloaters is Varia away from go mode. Bonus needs to pick up some more ammo, and he is unlikely to ever find Charge Beam, unfortunately. Charge Beam was at Billy Mays. Bonus skipped the Billy Mays checks, likely because he feels behind in this matchup. And I don't necessarily fault him for that. Sloaters is really scary to face. You know, Sloaters is one of those matchups where you can make all the right calls and Sloaters makes the wrong ones, and Sloaters can still just get ahead of you sheerly through movement and good routing. Like, genuinely, obviously going up or down wrecked ship first is huge, but if you are still going through a bunch of unnecessary rooms and making checks in a weird order, that's going to be much worse for you than losing the bet. Bonus is struggling a little bit with Botswoon here. Takes him down, but definitely wasted a couple extra supers, unfortunately. Ooh, that's not a good spark. Yeah. Yeah, so the reason that Bonus do that jump, though, is high jumpless halfy is already extremely difficult. I believe some people have called it as difficult, if not more so, than full halfy. And once you have space jump, it honestly makes more sense, unless you can somehow execute full halfy, to just shine spark up there and then space jump. If you do want to execute that strategy, I would highly recommend doing a diagonal shine spark, so that you don't have what happened to Bonus happen to you. Yeah, so Sloaters just wants to make these easy Meridia checks now, so that he can do a single Norfair visit. Like, it's distinctly possible that Kraid is holding Varia or whatever, but if that's the case, you know, Sloaters, he did Meridia first and he went through a few extra rooms. That's not as big of a deal as if he goes down, doesn't find Varia and has to come back up. Alright, Botswoon goes down super quickly for Sloaters. Meanwhile, Bonus doesn't get the quick grapple, looking for a normal grapple. Health is kind of sketchy. I'm not sure how much is in the reserves. Also worth noting that the person who bet 10 channel points is going to get a payout of 5.5 thousand. GG, Bugs can't hide. Yep, and Dragon goes down. Sloaters, beautiful happy. This man cannot be stopped. Alright, yeah, Bonus wants that E-Tank. You'll see just about every runner get at least 4 E-Tanks. You can beat the game with 3, but that's really scary and there's not a ton of margin for error. You know, you'll even see any percent runners get 4th E-Tank. So with everything that can happen in a randomizer, I would not expect many people to go for 3 E-Tanks unless they're really looking to do something crazy. Alright, Sloaters having that X-ray scope is able to just perform a microwave on Dragon. He also showcases the correct way to do microwaves. Ooh, didn't get the spike suit, unfortunately. So the thing with microwaves that a lot of people mess up, and since Zeb taught me this, I now want to teach it to everybody else, is that you really want to be holding X-ray for as little time as possible. So a lot of people will just hold X-ray for really long, and that doesn't work nearly as well. Yep. Yeah, and Sloaters doesn't have space jump or high jump boots, so he has to do a fun little shine spark out of there. And some beautiful wall jumps. Those are deceptively difficult. Right now, he is making Coliseum look like an absolute joke. Meanwhile, Bonus is giving us our first look at sand pits. At this point, sand pits, you gotta check them. You have no clue where Vari is. If I'm not mistaken, that Spring Ball puts left sand pit in logic. I'm not sure if it needs to be Spring Ball and high jump boot. No, Bonus is playing on a SNES Classic. Yeah. Specifically a hacked one, obviously. Unfortunately, the vanilla SNES Classics did not come with functionality to do randomizer. They're really easy to mod, though. You basically just hook it up to your computer and run the software. Yeah, it would be interesting to see somebody in this race run on a Wii. I believe Behemoth ran on Wii for a really long time. But anybody who's been around in the community long enough knows that the #1 rule of Super Metroid is don't pay attention to what Behemoth's doing. Do not try to copy anything that guy does. Yeah, so we're getting a visit to Shack Tool here. We'll see it pop up on our conveniently marked Shack spot on the tracker. I like that a lot. Yeah, meanwhile, Sloaters is going through Kraid. We already know this isn't going to have what he's looking for. However, at this point, there's not really, like... Even if Sloaters knew there was nothing in here, it still makes sense to do Kraid now. In fact, I think it's definitely better to farm the mini Kraid in and out before Lower Norfair. Normally, the reason that you save Kraid for after Lower Norfair in New Route is so that you can get the mini Kraid super refill to help with Bot's wound. Obviously, Sloaters has already taken down Bot's wound, so that's a non-issue here. Unfortunately, Shack Tool just has a missile. That could have been huge. Yeah. I mean, Bonus at this point, it's like... A lot of the time, if you feel that your opponent is better than you, then you want to skip certain checks. However, Bonus may feel that Sloaters is just so absolutely incredible that it makes more sense for Bonus to attempt to make certain checks he doesn't think Sloaters will make until much later in the game. Yep, and Sloaters wants that grappling beam. It can help with farming before Ridley. It's also probably worth the pickup just in the absolute disaster case that you do need to go to Shack Tool. Especially seeing as Sloaters does not have ice yet, so he wouldn't be able to ice clip into Shack Tool. Yeah, one or two more E-Tanks with Suitless Lower Norfair. I would also want to see at least one more Power Bomb pack to just get a second Crystal Flash online. However, Sloaters is a monster at this game. Get Gmo to backdoor Lower Norfair. Well, sure, Sloaters could do a lot of things. Really last RBO. Yeah, you know, I mean, I always try to get the early gravity pickup in RBO runs. It makes the whole run just a lot cozier. Alright, now Sloaters did have one item in logic to check here, those bubble missiles that ended up being vanilla. He wants to check everything else while he's here. None of these items can be Varia. It can have Ice Beam, which is pretty nice beam. So that indicates to me that Sloaters is at least strongly considering the suitless Lower Norfair. Yep. Yeah, and that Varia suit for bonus is huge. If Sloaters can commit to this suitless Lower Norfair and pull it off, then he still has a sizable lead. Yeah, I think it's kind of interesting we didn't see the gauntlet check from Sloaters, seeing him go meme route. One of the advantages of meme route is that gauntlet is right there and it's really nice to check on your way direct ship. However, I am certainly not going to question Sloaters' decision making. Yeah. Like, with this loadout, Sloaters doesn't even need to use that many supers on Ridley having the Charge Ice Plasma. He'll definitely use at least some, I would think. But he doesn't have to use all 30 and then only have one Crystal Flash online or something. Alright, that E-Tank is really nice for Sloaters. So Ice was at Norfair Reserve, if I'm not mistaken. And another E-Tank. The game just loves Sloaters today, wow. Yeah, at this point I think Suitless Lower Norfair is real. Like, he can just tear through it. He doesn't even have to farm beforehand, thanks to those two E-Tanks. Yeah, I mean, Sloaters as well taking a route that will damage his health down a little bit. So Vario was at Gauntlet, Charge was at Billy Mays. Bonus skipped an early Billy Mays check, as he probably felt behind in this matchup. That definitely cost him, though, as he's definitely going to be having it on his mind. Yeah, so very nice chronic boost from Sloaters27 there. Yeah, there's some very interesting heat properties in Norfair. You got a room that's heated in one direction. Croc PBs are the only heated room in that area. Alright, yeah. This is okay. For a second, I thought Sloaters was wild enough to, on this health, go down and try to get the GT refill. It's possible he was considering it, then decided he didn't have quite enough health. Either way, that helps him get the Shine Spark through there. That Shine Spark, unless I am terribly mistaken, does actually save you just like a slight bit of energy. It's very close, but it saves you a significant bit of time. Yep, and Sloaters is just going to grab some power bombs here so he can perform his second Crystal Flash. Doesn't want those supers, understandable. They don't do a whole ton for him. Yeah, so I would expect to see a Crystal Flash either once he has cleared out Wasteland or Metal Pirates. Or maybe a bit before. Yeah. Now, this is a rare sight to behold. Sloaters taking a save. Put this one in the history books. Yeah, I believe his reserves are full. Alright, yeah, he's playing it a little bit safe, doing the Crystal Flash before killing all the enemies in Wasteland. I applaud this decision. One of the big pitfalls for new RBO runners is trying to save their Crystal Flashes for like the last moment they possibly can. And it doesn't actually save you that much health, and it adds quite a bit of risk. Vanilla Power Bombs of Shame really helps. Now, if he chooses to farm up fully in the room before Ridley, then he can have 2 Crystal Flashes on Escape. That makes Escape free. Like, when you have Gravity and Screw Attack, he's fine. Ooh, messes up the Shine Spark Metal Pirate strat. That definitely hurts. It's not a huge deal. Yeah, and it's very easy, as I have been, to get completely enthralled in Sloaters' just incredible suitless lower Norfair, but Bonus is hot on his tail, going into his own lower Norfair right now. And Bonus, I don't expect him to be making many, if any, checks, and he certainly won't be taking the time to do all these Crystal Flashes and farms like Sloaters has to do. Yeah, so Sloaters is resetting the room here. Those blue enemies that go around. I forget what they're called. They always drop power bombs to my knowledge. So you want as many power bombs as possible here. Yeah, so Sloater's probably gonna take the Crystal Flash and then farm up again so that he has enough supers to kill Ridley. That's the classic RBO strat. No, he's just gonna go for it. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. You've got Charge Plasma. Or you've got Charge Ice Plasma. So this is pretty close to like an old route fight. If old route didn't have heat protection. Yeah, and we see Sloaters doing a lot of manipulation here, more than you would expect to normally see from Sloaters. Safe Ridley fight is a good Ridley fight. He's gonna have to... He's in a bad spot. His reserve should be full. Yeah. This is still really tight. Yeah. Now, if he goes below 10 supers, he's dead. Oh, yeah. That's unfortunate. And with that, now Bonus is suddenly ahead. That's all it takes. Bonus is going to have a slower Turian, and he has to get a bit more ammo, but that's it. Yeah, that's really tragic. Yeah, and Bonus has so much, Bonus has so much ammo here. He's just doing a 30 Super Ridley fight. If you have the 30 Super Ridley available to you, you go for it. Like, if I'm choosing between 30 Super Ridley and a refill at ship, and full beam Ridley plus skipping that refill at ship, I really like the 30 Super Ridley. Our runners both being capable of either option, certainly, and Bonus taking Ridley down without much struggle at all. Lining up, yeah, he wants to check behind Ridley. So he's still looking for Ice Beam, he's still looking for Charge or some ammo. Takes a moment to consider that E-Tank, doesn't want it, understandable. With this loadout, beating Turian with 4 E-Tanks isn't that bad. But obviously that Sloater tank is going to mean absolutely everything to Sloaters. Yeah, so Sloaters doesn't know it right now, but he does not need to farm any power bombs on the way out. Sloaters is more than capable of a 1 Crystal Flash escape. Yeah, so Sloaters did not find Varia Suit, which was in Gauntlet, so he decided to play really aggressively and go for Suitless Lower Norfair. This has been an incredible match to watch. He unfortunately did take 1 death to Ridley. Yeah, and hopefully this time he still doesn't want to farm his supers up to full. What are the odds on Bonus picking up Charge? I would say 0. 0 or close enough to 0. He's not going back to Billy Mays. Like at this point where he literally just needs ammo to beat the game. Yeah, so Sulis Lower Norfair is a very advanced play. It's very scary. However, Sloaters is currently the 5th best RBO runner, if I am not mistaken, on the leaderboards. Yeah, charge was at Billy Mays. And Bonus skipped it, probably fell behind in this matchup overall. That's it. Sloaters, oh, that E-Tank might save him. I think he's fine. Yeah. Jesus! Yep, and this was Sloaters being impossibly aggressive. He could have grinded out a second Crystal Flash so that he could CF after Ridley. Like, he had enough health to just reset the room and get more power bombs, but he decided not to. Now he'll get just enough power bombs for Lower Norfair Escape to do 1 Crystal Flash. What does he want? Does he want more power bombs? He does. Okay. Right, yeah, he wants enough power bombs for a comfy Lower Norfair Escape. Bonus is still looking for ammo. He doesn't have enough to beat the game yet. Yeah, so at this point we might see like a Crystal Flash in Firefleet's room. He should be able to make it there just fine. Or, oh no, yeah, that health drain quick sometimes. Taking a save here, I don't hate that. I would have to imagine Bonus no speed Zeb skip. Even still, he needs more ammo. Like, he can do it with 40-60. Yeah, so Sloaters isn't out of the woodwork yet, but with that screw attack, he's really out of some of the worst of it. Yeah, absolutely. Bonus pulled ahead. Like, genuinely, I think if Bonus had just made that Billy Mays check at the very beginning of the game, Sloaters, absolute resident madman, does not want that E-Tank. I get it, he's out anyway, but... Yeah, and Sloaters has that charge beam. He has enough ammo, he can just go win the game now. Incredible race from both of our players. Just wow, you know, I'm honestly speechless. I always mention like, oh, I'd love to see a Lower Norfair. That's really rare in SMRAT. If anybody's gonna do it, it's going to be decorated RBO runner Sloaters. Good lord. All right, and welcome to those of you who have just joined us from Speedrunners Arena 2. I'm so sorry to say that you have missed the vast majority of maybe the best race I've seen yet this tournament. Sloaters did suitless lower Norfair. Both of our runners are going to beat the game before we've even hit 50 minutes. The seed is absurd. Unfortunately, Bonus skipped Billy Mays at the beginning of the game. He still needs ammo. That's all he's looking for. If he finds charge or ammo, that's it. He's out. Unfortunately, he won't find charge because it's at Billy Mays. Yeah, I'd like to see a ship from both. Sloaters is farming here, which indicates maybe not. Unless that was pure muscle memory from running any percent. Yeah, Bonus didn't want the missiles. I get it, like, in a normal situation, it makes sense to skip missiles, but when you're a missile pack away from being fine to beat the game, I don't know about that. Like, what's he gonna do? He's already cleared Gauntlet. Has he checked criteria power bombs? Or no, he's gonna check beta power bombs on the way. Yeah, it's possible he doesn't have doors in mind. But he's still making checks, so maybe he's just holding out for that super pack. It's kind of understandable. I mean, supers are so common in this game. Yep, Sloaters with a 4931 Turian elevator. Alright, and there's supers. Bonus probably gonna check the other item in here, then leg it's a Turian. Yeah, now he's good, but all those ammo checks cost him. And it's unfortunate. I have to imagine what he was thinking was, it's like, you know, if something really good is at Billy Mays, then I lose this race anyway. Unfortunately, that wasn't quite correct here. But you can't count on Sloaters doing lower Norfair and taking a death. I mean, come on. It's Sloaters. Yeah, at this point, Sloaters is just gonna baby skip. Well, he could prove me wrong. He has those reserves, actually. Yeah. But he doesn't have high jump, so baby skip would be really long. Yeah, baby skip. Alright, yep. Baby skip. My favorite trick in the game. I think it's really funny. Just pop back, you know, just pop up, pop right back down. It's great. Yes, Sloaters did in fact do suitless lower Norfair. It was a sight to see. He unfortunately took one death to Ridley, and he was absolutely bailed out by by vanilla Ridley E-Tank. I believe I saw his health ticker go down to like either 8 or 5. Yeah, Ridley wasn't being very nice. Sloaters missed a quick grab, and that spelled death for him the first time. Alright, and he's going for speed zap skip here. Doesn't get it, and it looks like he wants to keep trying. If you don't feel comfortable with the down back method, this isn't bad at all. But he's just gonna turn off screw attack. Yeah, I completely agree with this. Ooh, yeah, just reset the room, Sloaters. Sloaters' health, is looking dangerously low. He's gonna go back and refill. This is ginormous for bonus. Yeah, it's unlikely to be enough to actually let bonus catch up unless something else tragic happens to Sloaters. But if he had to do all of that again, that could really be the difference maker. Alright, and Sloaters finally gets Zeb skip. I can't recall the last time. I mean, there's just something about seeing, you know, an SMRAT suitless lower Norfair followed by struggling to get Zeb skip. It's interesting, he opts for the method in which you hold a charge shot underneath. Some other people, if you don't have charge, what you can do is you can crouch and aim up. And you can also raise the Rinka that way if you have plasma. Alright, and this is a pretty cozy fight for Sloaters. Yeah, he's already in catch-up. Yep, and he's setting up for stand-up now, with Charge Ice Plasma stand-ups going to cut a pretty nifty amount of time off of that Mother Brain 3 fight. Meanwhile, Bonus starting his Mother Brain 1, not far behind at all, and just absolutely wild considering the difference in routes between these two players. Now, here, Bonus can miss 5 supers total between his missile and super count. So that's pretty comfy. And you can really reliably get super shots on Mother Brain if you just crouch in the corner and aim diagonally like Bonus is doing right now. Sloaters is working on stand-up. Any race at this speed where both of our runners are on Mother Brain at the same time is just crazy. Yep, Bonus making it through. He cannot perform stand-up. He only ever got 4 E-tanks. And you need 7 E-tanks. To survive Mother Brain's Rainbow Beam, you can use reserves, but reserves cannot be used for stand-up. Absolutely beautiful on both fights. Just incredible. Oh, yeah, bonus doing stand-up would be pretty useless anyway, with no charge. You could save a marginal amount of time by manipulating the baby to grab you faster. That doesn't matter. Alright, we see one of the few places in the game that the Japanese text comes into effect here on the escape. And escape is going to be a little bit annoying without high jump boots. Nothing Sloaters can't handle though. I believe you might need high jump boots to do Blue Bomber. Alright, and we see the last moonfall in the game that Sloaters does not take. Alright, and Bonus is finishing up Mother Brain 3 right now. Yeah, if Bonus had checked Billy Mays, we'd be watching a very different race right now. Yeah. Yeah, how many sub-hour one-death seeds do you get? Sloaters finishing with an official SRL time of 57:54 is your winner for today's match. GG. Alright, we'll see if we can get Sloaters in for an interview. I really hope so after that absurd performance. Holy crap. Like, I know it's Sloaters, and he should never be shocked, but I'm just sitting here awestruck. Alright, he'll be joining us in just a second. Meanwhile, Bonus is finishing up his escape, so we should be able to get both of our runners in at about the same time. Yeah, that's a yeah, fair enough. If I ever ended up this close to Sloaters in a rando, yeah, if I end up within 5 minutes of Sloaters, I am crying tears of joy. Just tuned in. So Varia was at Gauntlet, which Sloaters never got, did a suitless lower Norfair, and Gravity was really early on, I believe, Charge. Alright, we are now joined by Sloaters. Sloaters, GG.
Hey, thank you.
What a race. Good lord.
Yeah, I just popped open the read. It's only a couple minutes apart. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, after you took that death, you and Bonus were exiting Lower Norfair at roughly the same time.
Wow.
Yeah, the huge difference maker was Bonus didn't check Billy Mays at the beginning of the game, so he had to go look for ammo.
Oh. Huh, that's interesting.
Yeah. So how about that suitless Lower Norfair?
Oh my god. I'm so mad on the first death. It's like,
Yeah.
I feel like I had enough, but the fight was just not going very well at the start.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then I believe you missed the quick grab at the end, and that sort of sealed your fate.
Yeah. It's hard to make it work, even like in full rando like this. And like I was like, before I went to the single chamber and double chamber area, I was like, this is pretty sketchy if I want to go down there. But then the two E-tanks I found there made me feel a lot better about it.
Mm-hmm. And now we're joined by our second place finisher, Bonus. GG.
Hey, thank you. GG Sloaters.
GG.
Yeah. Did you catch in the credits where Charge was?
No, I didn't.
It was at Billy Mays.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know, I knew I was going to have to take some risks and possibly miss something important, but
yeah,
I'm delighted to finish within 2 minutes of Sloaters. I felt like that went as well as it could have.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you two, Sloaters did suitless lower Norfair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, took one death, and then you two were exiting lower Norfair at roughly the same time, but then you had to go on the hunt for ammo, where Sloaters had that
didn't
charge.
quite have enough. Wow. Well, that's exciting. I'm looking forward to watching it back.
Absolutely. I would highly advise watching this back. It was an incredible race start to finish. I was losing my mind. Sloaters went meme route at the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Sloaters, what made you decide to go meme route?
Well, the stars kind of aligned, finding 2 power bomb packs,
Mm-hmm.
before even getting on a blue Bryn star, and also finding the super pack for all the doors. Usually, when something like that happens, I'm a lot more tempted to go meme route. I
Mm-hmm.
ended up having to skip 1 item. Well, I guess 2 if you count Waterway, but I skipped Waterway and the Mission Impossible spot.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, there was kind of some mismanagement of power bombs on my part where I probably could have got it all, but usually if I get a lot of power bombs, I'm tempted to go that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thankfully that did not end up being a difference maker. Neither runner checked Waterway.
Yeah, I had the ability to check it at the time, but
Mm-hmm.
I knew it would be a slow check for 1 item, and I was willing to risk it to not lose that time.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the slower checks in the game. And I didn't quite catch on the credits, but I don't think it ended up being anything either, so not bad at all.
Wow. Yeah.
But yeah, so Sloaters, you will be moving on to the 3-0 bracket. Joining the likes of Zeb, MM2 NES cartridge, Hacksaw, Kuru, Chex, and Neaterific.
Right on. I got
Yeah,
beef with a few of those people, so that
yeah,
that works out well for me.
as well as J Chalk from the previous race. Yeah, so. Oh, and I believe Nevdi as well, because I think Hero had to forfeit this round.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate, but that'd be fun to get matched with Nebdi too.
Yeah, Nevdi's a formidable player. He knocked me out round 1 of SRL 2020. Or Speed Gaming Live, yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, and then bonus, you'll be going to the 2-1 bracket, which has some really good people as well.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
that's just the nature of it. And
yeah. Yeah, I mean, as we're seeing like the brackets solidify, I think we're getting like better and better matchups. Case in point, this one just really incredible start to finish. Absolutely props to both of you.
well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep. And yeah, I think with that, if both of our runners finished, I think we're gonna wrap things up now. Be sure to follow both of our runners here for putting on this absolutely incredible showcase. Ghost Wizard has been our tracker. I've been Glove on restreaming and commentary. That's what it's called. I do words. Yep. Be sure to follow Speedrunners Arena. I believe the next match will be at 4 p.m. with StephCad versus myself. And yep. I think we might be rating somebody after this. They might still be figuring that out. But yes, GG's to both of our runners. Any last comments for the chat?
I'll just say GG again. Glove, thank you for the commentary. Looking forward
Absolutely.
to watching this one back for sure.
Yeah. Again, yeah, GG to Sloaters and thanks to the crew. And I hope chat enjoyed the Dragon fight because that was the most my heart has ever pounded, I think. So, I was glad to be able to put on a show.
You made it through.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think with all of that out of the way, we've been Speedrunners Arena, and we'll see you next mission.